You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome, holy welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome, holy welcome.
There's something in the air, the dream of life in love, with minds that rest in prayer, sparking joy we're in awe. No matter where your path has been or time will somehow flies, like souls will come home again, true friendship ever thrives. Is this where the magic happens? Can you feel the farce revealed right now in you and me? The secret is wherever we are. There's something in a smile that can turn a day around. Moments so worthwhile when we find common ground. No matter what the day might bring, right here we can align, knowing that we will be seen as perfect, whole, divine. This is where the magic happens. Let's feel all the hearts, close to me and me to you. The secret is wherever we are. So meet me where the magic happens, healing all the hearts, ignited plan ever. The secret is together we are.
Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday service at CSL St. George. We're so glad you've joined us today. We had our first little monsoon last night, so it kind of wrecked heavily with our power and our internets and all of that stuff. So I'm hoping you can hear us today, and glad you joined us. So August, we continue with Unstatus Quo. Our purpose is to love, teach, guide, and support a spiritual community in creating and living a life they love using science of mind and spirit principles and practices. CSL is a community-focused center, actively living, sharing, nurturing its members and friends so that we all may have and live our best life. Our new mission statement, CSL St. George is an open, inclusive, and involving spiritual community that supports its purpose and vision through the following ways: by sacred wisdom celebrations, empowering transformative education, youth and adult programs, dynamic music ministry, community inreach, as well as community outreach. So our leadership support service team group has changed a little bit. We've got up on the screen that Bill Smith was going to be our tech and had technical problems due to our stormy weather. So Marina Anderson, we're happy, is behind the scenes making this happen. My name is Gwen Hadley. I'll be hosting today. We've given Alan Stanley a little time off since he's been here every single Sunday providing wonderful music for us. So instead we have a video of Donnie Lee. We've had him on the service before, so I think you'll recognize his songs on this video. And then it's not Sue we have a picture of. It is Stephanie Starrett, who will be giving our invocation and our reading. And then we welcome back our own Rev Joe to provide us with a message. So again, so glad you're here with us this morning. And I think we're going to start the video momentarily.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, clap your hands today. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Yes, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
And let me care for those around the world.
Let me care for those around the world.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
Oh, let my steps reveal the path of peace, yeah.
Let my steps reveal a path of peace.
Let me talk each day a little kinder.
Let me talk each day a little kinder.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Yeah.
Let me love in a.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Stephanie Sterrett, and I'll be giving the invocation and the reading today. So I invite you to just relax, take a deep breath, and connect. Right here and right now, there is only one mind. That mind is God's mind. That mind is within each and every one of us, right here and right now. And I know that I am connected with that. And knowing that, I bless this service and this message and this beautiful song that was just sung, knowing that there is only in reality true peace, and it is in and through each and every one of us. And knowing this is so true, so very true, I invite us all to just sit with it and just be in that peace, for that peace is the truth. There is peace within each of us. And so knowing that, I release it into the law that says yes. Yes, yes, yes. Peace it is. As together we say, and so it is. And now I'm giving the reading. Okay. I didn't know I was getting the reading right after this. Let's go ahead. This morning I had an experience, and so I wrote about it. So I'm just going to read it. It's a few paragraphs. I called it Saying Thank You to Fear. Fear is not my enemy. I have known fear all my life. I skirted it. What I thought it was, I labeled it. I tucked it away. It just got stronger. My trauma was long and drug out over the story I lived. Built by necessity, this trauma I buried. Today I released it. How did I do that? It was by engaging in a conversation as awareness to fear. I had to find out what happened and where and with whom. This lasted about 30 minutes, and boy, did my gut hurt. What I discovered and let go of, and what I was taught with, is pure meanness. Pure meanness, and not only did I recognize I was the victim, in the truth of oneness of all that is, I was also the perpetrator. At some time in all dimensions of existence, I was here to learn. This morning I looked in the face of fear and asked, why do I feel this gut-wrenching pain? As I, awareness, observed the feeling in my abdomen, I asked, what am I afraid of? Fear said, I protect you from trying new things so you don't get hurt. To which I responded, where does that come from? And fear said, whenever you tried something new as a child, if you didn't get it right, you were beat. And so you learned really good how to lie. Oh, you were saving me from meanness. Yes, in a way. And then that protection went out to the religion you were in, and the teachers who were mean, and other children who had also learned to be mean to survive their own experiences. I then asked, is it true? Is it really true? And as my awareness asked this question from the state of oneness that it stems from, fear stopped. I noticed relaxation in my abdomen. And what I experienced and still feel, like the awareness that has never been here before, never been touched or harmed by anything, the true being I am, was looking out from me, seeing the trauma of meanness being lifted not just from Stephanie, but like a wave going out into all conscious beings, being lifted and released from the chair I sat in throughout the entire world to all the many mansions of my Father's house. Healing our individual trauma is healing and moving consciousness everywhere. This is awakening. This is rising. This is service. This is befriending the fear within that is just doing its job. And so it is. Thank you.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like the beautiful sea. I choose to be happy. I'm not afraid to shine like a diamond in the sky. We're shooting stars, you see, a vision of ecstasy. We are free and we're alive. We're diamonds in the sky. I know that we are all one energy. One energy. We could see so much more if we close our eyes. We finally see that we are alive.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Palms raised to the universe, freely give and receive. With claps hands before the heart. We are diamonds in the sky. High vibrations you can see, a vision of harmony. We're alive and we're the vibe. We're diamonds in the sky. I know that we are all one energy. One energy. We could see so much more if we'd close our eyes. We'd finally see that we are the light.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Oh, we are.
Shine bright like a diamond.
We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Oh,
shine bright like a diamond.
Beautiful like shine bright, shine bright tonight. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright tonight. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh, shine bright like a diamond. Ooh, shine bright like a diamond. Whoa, shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh, shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh, oh, beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Yes, we are. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Shine.
What a wonderful video. As I said, we've had him with us a couple of times, so I'm thinking we should invite him to one of our in-person services. That would be a wonderful experience. So now I'm going to bring up, or rather Marina's going to bring up Reverend Joe to talk to us about
healing.
Something 101. What is
healing?
Okay.
We're going to heal. How are you, Glenn?
Good. Good morning. Good morning.
Excellent, Glenn. And just so you know, Donnie and I are working at the possibility of him coming up in person. So let's continue to hold that energy.
Wonderful.
Thank you. And shout out to Stephanie for a wonderful personal reading. And kind of that's really what it's all about, is working through the blocks that we have, whether we call it fear or last week we talked about trauma. But let's just pause and let me say good morning to you wherever you are at, wherever you're listening from. It's so great to have you with us. Shout out to everybody who was able to come out to our in-person service last week. Beautiful weather, beautiful sunshine, beautiful people, and that's what it was all about. Tough topic, and if you didn't catch it, it was recorded, although I'm remembering that the technical issues started last week. The camera kept shutting off. So, but I think it was worth checking out what you can hear in that. And I'm just going to review a little bit for those of you that maybe weren't there last week. We talked about trauma, and I shared a little bit from the book Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And he talked about this idea that we're all carrying around this. We have this thorn that is stuck in us, and it is pinching a nerve. And again, I'm going to simplify this. And what happens is, in order to protect ourselves from that pain, we tend to build protection around ourselves. Instead of just pulling it out, which sounds like the easy thing, but we know that when we're experiencing trauma or have experienced trauma in the past, that simply going back to that point is painful enough mentally, and we want to avoid that. So again, I shared how, which is a good example. So I shared that growing up, and I was born with a cleft palate and a cleft lip. So my nose was flat and crooked, talked funny, and I stuck out. And initially, that obviously bothered me, and I got picked on for that and so on. So way back at that early age, there was that thorn, and I began to cover it up. I began to act in ways that would protect me from the pain, from the fear, from the embarrassment, from the call outs. And we don't know what we don't know. And it was reading that book, again, Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, and this part on the thorn that we all carry, that I realized that my outgoingness was a byproduct, or was a product, direct result of me trying to protect myself from that trauma. So in other words, instead of just being the quiet me that I was at one point, I put myself out there first. That way I had more control of the situation. And so it's a personal thing, and I don't experience the trauma from that anymore, but also I have worked through it. And I'll be honest with you, reading that part in that book, literally it just kind of opened the floodgates for me and helped me to come to the realization that as we talk about in New Thought, that I am perfect, whole, and complete, just as our source and creator is. So we all have trauma. We're all experiencing some kind of trauma or have, and believe it or not, we probably have more than one thorn to take a look at. And so this week, I wanted to follow it up with this idea of healing. What can we do to move past just talking about the pain and moving into feeling some relief? And so I want to ground ourselves first in our faith of science of mind. And Ernest Holmes, our founder, says, since the only life you can have is the life of the spirit within you, you need but permit its radiance to flow through your thought into self-expression. You are surrounded by a dynamic force, a great surge of living power. You are immersed in and saturated with the vital essence of life. Its presence permeates everything, binding all together in one complete whole. So let me summarize that. First of all, our pain is not just our pain. If we are truly all one, then what affects our neighbor affects us, and what is affecting us is affecting others. So in essence, as we choose to heal ourselves, and I will get deeper into this, we are healing more than just that. Okay. And he talks about, again, the idea that it's all right here, right now, that we are spirit, God, source. Now, we tend to still think, and maybe for many, it's a new idea, that it's not a God out there, okay, sitting on his throne, judging us. I'll just say that if you choose to believe that, that's wonderful. We choose to recognize that truly, if there's one source and it created all, then we must be of and as that, in essence. Okay. And so that power that spirit is, the one mind that's thinking that all is consciousness vibrating at different frequencies. And there's the science that comes into it. Yes. Okay. Take what you can handle. As I always say, when I talk and when you hear things, see what feels good for you and move forward with that. But again, the fact is that we are all whole, that life is whole. There are no missing pieces. You are not a mistake, nor is anything that's ever happened in our lives. We learn from it, we grow from it. And remember that there is nothing outside of God itself. And so Ernest Holmes goes on to also say that personality, that human part of us, is the flowering of the spirit within us, the coming forth of a secret relationship we all hold with God. The people who have most completely influenced the human race throughout all the ages are those who have known this and who have made but little effort to influence others. They are the ones who have had the deepest feeling of the divine presence within them. So this is the individual relationship that we all have. And then we tend to judge ourselves, our personality, as if that is something that is different than what the essence of the divine is. And I'm here to say it's not. We're all part of it. It is part of us. So our quirks, we talked about last month of our imperfection, our perfect imperfections. Again, nothing outside of the divine. So I heard a great quote last week, and it was, your perception determines your reception. Your perception determines your reception, meaning what am I receiving? If I'm looking for a healing, am I receiving? Well, what determines whether I'm receiving? The way I think and feel about things. And so we're going to talk about healing this week, and we're talking particularly about spiritual healing. And to me, spiritual healing is equated to spiritual being. And so, yes, we can have all the knowledge in the world. I have a whole library right here that I've read most of the books from, and yada. That doesn't make me a master, because if I'm not incorporating it into my life, into practicality, then I'm not being that. And so I'm like, I want a healing, but I'm not willing to really open myself, going back to that thorn, because, I have to look at that pain, that trauma. It could be scary. My picture just fell. And we avoid that. So when I talk about knowledge, what I'm talking about is what we call our spiritual principle or spiritual truth, right? Now, knowing something and then putting it into practice and then recognizing how that feels within us. Now, that is a process of healing. Let me say that one more time. So our understanding of spiritual principle, of spiritual truth in our lives, okay? And then putting it into practice, okay? And the feeling of what that feels like, and then looking at the results, that leads to what we call healing. So it's really what you may have heard is the journey from the head to the heart. So the journey from taking what we know into who we are, which shows up in our beingness, in our doingness of life. I think I've said this before, but to me it's important. I like bringing in other faiths. And in Islam, Muhammad, their prophet, was coming back. They were coming back from a war, and the war which they won, and a battle, I should say. And his warriors were all in state of ego, bragging about, all the things they did and that they were winners. And Muhammad stopped them and said to them, now your jihad begins. Now in Islam, jihad, we hear that on the news, and I think I know it's misused. And one of the definitions for the word jihad is it's a spiritual struggle within oneself. So he was talking about, again, you have to now go back and take what you've done, and you know what you've done, and now deal with that. And in essence, we all have this jihad within us, this inner struggle, right? And we don't, again, that thorn, we don't want to deal with that. We seem to not know any other way than it must be hard and it must be difficult. And again, going back, if that's our perception, that's what we're going to receive. So again, let us not forget that we're powerful spiritual beings, okay? We tend to minimize ourselves as we're just little humans running around amok. We have no idea what's going on, but stop. We know better. We know better. And when we learn and practice our faith, which is, in essence, it's the culmination of all the great wisdom that has been said before us before religiosity, that's a Michael Beckworth term, got involved. It's the truth, and we know that. Treat others like you want to be treated, right? That's one of the basic tenets. So we have to move from also this minimization of our little personality and judging that, and the idea that maybe it's going to be painful, also from this idea that I know that already, but why am I still suffering? And the truth is, if we really knew that, whatever it is, then we wouldn't be experiencing what we're experiencing. So if we're looking for abundance, and its frequency is here, and I keep saying, well, I know about abundance, I'm grateful for everything, there's a gap there clearly because it's not showing up and manifesting in your life. Now, it's not about blame. Let's get over that. If we're going to heal, we just have to be open enough to think and feel something new. All right. I think Stephanie, without even knowing and talking to her, gave a perfect example in her reading. Stop. Pause. What am I feeling? Define it. What's going on? What can I do with that? What does it look like, feel like? Ask it. Why are you here? And I've done this too, and have experienced healing through that method. Now, often we get stuck in our circumstances. We get stuck in the effects of what's going on around us, right? Circumstance, I'm standing and what's going on in my circle. And when it's something often that we feel out of control about, we feel like, well, that's the truth. How many times have we heard that? How many times have we said that? Well, I can't do something because, well, you know how it is. The government, my boss, the teacher, my friends, that's just the cold, hard truth of how life is. And I want to address this by sharing an email I just received from Jerry and Esther Hicks and Abraham. And it's a little long, but stick with it. It makes a good point. I'm going to read it. It says, everything that has ever been lived, everything that has ever been written down or documented has been vibration first. So let's call that thought. Everything that has been conjured in vibration first before it manifests. So if something has manifested and you continue to give it your attention, the fact that it is true should really hold no weight with you. The question that we would ask is not, is it true or is it undeniable? The question that we would ask is, how does it make me feel when I focus upon it? How does it make me feel when I focus, when I think upon it? And if the answer to the question is, it doesn't make me feel very good when I focus upon it, then we should say, true or not true, it does not serve you. And if you will activate a different part of your vibration, thought and feeling, the quote, truth will shift. So this is another way of us recognizing that, I can spit out some amazing truth and wisdom, but if it's not right for you, then you're not ready to receive it yet. And maybe it's not right for you ever because you have your own pathway to walk, which is equally as powerful as the one I'm walking, as the one anybody else, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, or any guru, any wise person. There's so many wise people that will never know because they know who they are. They know what they are, and they just serve every day among us. And so I wanted to share this part because it's hard. I shared with you when I was sick the other month that I was practicing. Okay, I'm feeling sick. Is that the truth? Well, in this moment, I know how I'm feeling. Now, how is that making me feel? Not good. Now, let me shift my thoughts to feeling good. And it was a struggle. And I know how to feel good. I know the thoughts that make me feel better. But I took a lot of practice to get over the truth of the moment. So if we're going to make changes and heal, practicing is what changes our habits. Practice is what turns the painful thoughts and the painful feelings and painful behaviors into peace. Okay. Now, let's not wait for perfect to show up in our lives before we start. Okay, meaning, well, I'll start when I see it. And what we know is, we say that I'll see it when I believe it. And it's when you believe it is when you'll see it. I did that backwards. I'll believe it when I see it. But that's backwards, because if you don't believe in it, remember, if you're not in the perception of believing it's ready for you right now, then you're going to struggle to receive it. So now I'm going to do a shift that came to me during this week of prepping for our talk. And I watched Gaia, and it's a website that has a million different programs. Not a million, but a ton on everything from spiritual wisdom to yoga to other health practices. And I've been watching. His name is Matthias. Holy cow! Slow down, Joe. Matthias Di Stefano, and his series is called The Journey of Remembering. And I won't get too deep into him. He's an amazing young man, called to serve. And if you want, please go check on it yourself. Well worth the price of admission for signing up. There are literally hundreds of things to watch and better yourself on. But he was talking and sharing something that he called the first wound. And he was traveling at this point. He was in Great Britain at a sacred site. And he was talking about this idea that the key to the path that leads to finding ourselves, our true selves, is having the courage to discover or even uncover what he called our first wound. Right? So in other words, we've heard the saying, it must be revealed to heal. Okay, so he talked about the power of the words that we speak, but he also mentioned that there is great power in the unspoken word. And often the unspoken words have more power than the words we speak. What does that mean? That means the things that we feel but we're not speaking are still vibrating, still have an energy of themselves, are still attracting those things because it's an energy within us. And so even though I'm speaking words of healing, there's an energy that if I'm not aware of is canceling out, is blocking. And so he talks about that our wound in one way is our forgotten state of natural freedom, of recognizing that we are divine spirit in human form at this time, but we are also still spirit. We're both and that we've, in essence, created our own prison, our own losses, our own lacks through conditions. And that's what I was saying earlier, right? That it's things show up, and whatever shows up is coming through us. And so what he talked about and labeled the first wound is the first time that each of us on our own individually spoke the words, I cannot. I cannot. And in that, we gave our power away. Because when I say something like, I cannot see, and then I need someone to help me to see, and I cannot face this terrible thing, then now I need someone to help me. I cannot forgive. I need someone to show me. And so we became dependent upon other people instead of recognizing that we have the power within us. That is who and what we are in our natural state. But we're going through this thing called being human, and we forget, and we start giving power to the conditions outside of ourselves. Again, it's kind of like trying to change a movie from going up to the screen and changing the movie there. We have to go within the film, and the film are the ideas that we hold within our own minds. And so what we're seeking is to be free again, to be free from pain, to be free from lack, to be free from sickness, and on and on and on. Okay? And all these things I just mentioned, they have a commonality. I've already said it. They're all conditions. They're all effects. And what we know is the effects will change as the source that they're coming from changes. In other words, the frequency. If I'm trying to tune into 100 on the FM stereo, okay, but I'm tuned into 88 point whatever, I'm not going to hear what's playing on 100. I'm not going to experience that until I do something to change my own frequency. Now, Ernest Holmes, in his Declaration of Principles, says this very thing, that we believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete freedom from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is surely to be attained by all. Now, he doesn't say all right this very second, although I do believe it's possible. Okay? But that is in essence, our goal. We want to live the most freest, fullest, expanded, expansive life ever. We have to get over this idea of allowing conditions to block our own healing, to block the thoughts and the feelings that we know are better for us than the ones we continue to put on autopilot that we know are not helping us. So obviously, or not obviously, but in other words, in order to be free, we need to become unconditioned, unconditional in that. So in other words, we're taking the power back away from the truth that lies in front of us and changing what we think, which is where our power is, speaking the truth, which is where our power is, giving it good feelings, paying attention, that's where our power is. And then our reality, our truth will change. I will no longer be suffering in any way, shape, or form because I will have lined with the divine on such a high level that those things don't exist. Now, love is free. Love is the eternal energy of source that creates, that connects, that ties all in wholeness, all creation in a unity, oneness. And we are really good at creating and placing conditions in our lives. We're really good at coming up with whatever excuse will keep me comfortable, but in pain. Hear that again. Just because we feel like we're comfortable doesn't mean we're in pain. A lot of us have a high pain tolerance. And so we're talking about healing. We're talking about what is healing? Releasing the pain that we hold within. And he again talks about this idea that we began this by saying, I cannot. So our healing would be to begin to say, I can. Okay? So he talks about us doing a practice of going within and seeking our first wound, our first I cannot. To, like Stephanie did a great example again. She went in, she found it, she talked to it, she gave it an image so that it could be a thing of an energy, and it was. And pain is not there to just cause us trauma. Any pain that we have is a message to ourselves, from ourselves, that we're ignoring. It's kind of like when you on a notification at the bottom of your computer and you're just like, oh, update, you need security patches, warning. I'll get to that. And we ignore it, and then we get the pain of things popping up that we don't want to, things not working right. Okay. So can we change our belief from us being limited in any way, shape, or form to receiving and tapping back into our innate power, the who you are? And this is for everyone. Okay, this isn't just for adults. You know, if you can understand this as a young man or woman, or a young teen, or someone, a young adult, it doesn't matter. If we begin to, I don't care how old you are, if you can understand half the words that are coming out of my mouth right now, there's something that happened in your life that you're holding on to that is not helping you in this moment. And it has to do with that we've given our power away. But we can use our wounds in effort to transform into something new. Again, the first thing we have to be willing to do is take a look at them and recognize them, and recognize the thoughts and the feelings and how they're showing up. What is the conditioning, the circumstances that I'm creating in my life? Now, I don't care what it is. Okay? There is a divine master blueprint for all of us, for our bodies. If they were created once, okay, in perfection, and I consider myself perfect, whole, and complete in spite of the truth that I was born with lack. In essence, I had, some disorders, birth defects, excuse me. But I still recognize that there's a divine blueprint behind all of that. So what I choose to do, and what I'm asking us to do, is to make a deal with your own self. with your own soul, to begin to look at the areas of where we're saying I cannot and change it to I can. Now, what he didn't say, what I'm going to add into this is there's a powerful word that I add to things to help me feel like bridge across. So from I cannot to I can. For some of us, that's a huge jump. So what I do for myself is I cannot, comma, yet. So what that does for me is gives me that sense of hope. I'm recognizing I'm being truthful, and it feels okay to recognize I'm not there yet, but I'm on the right path. I'm open. My perception is one of truly being open. I don't know the path, which tends to stop most of us. We want to know everything. It's not going to be shown in its entirety most of the time. But I'm going to trust in my faith that this one power that has already created everything can also create this situation to allow me to feel free again, because I'm blocking myself. And so, again, I cannot yet. Okay? But I want to. Does that feel better than where you're at? Then say that. Speak that. Become that. Well, I'm feeling this right now, but so now focus on what you're feeling. And if it's not life affirming for you, then talk about what you want to feel. Because in essence, that's going to be the prayer that guides you, the thought form that guides you to your healing. You're not here to be the next Jesus, Mohammed, Buddha, Krishna, whatever. You're here to be you, and you are equally as important. Why? Because let me go back. When we begin to heal ourselves, when we take the time to release pain, okay, if it's all one is happening, we all have an ancestral lineage, those that have come before us, and they all have their own pains, and most of that is unhealed. So in essence, what he was saying, and what many say, is that when we heal ourselves, we heal all of that, because all of that is in this now moment. All what we call the past is happening right now. And if it's unhealed, we heal that. And as we begin to heal ourselves, we can also turn that healing to the outside, to begin to heal others by seeing the world, earth, situations as peace, as joy expressing, as love emanating. And that includes things that we say, well, politics, it's a hot mess. Have you seen it? That's the truth. Okay, now it may be in this moment, but what is it that we want to experience? Let's begin to talk and be at a vibration of healing. Okay, we're not going to jump there in a day. As a school counselor, as a life coach, I'm not naive enough to say to someone who is suicidal and looking to take their own life, I love you, because they can't hear that. They can't feel that. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't do good to think it and feel it, but someone who's that low, okay, and that may be you in this moment, okay, I know you want that love, that freedom, that joy. And it's not that you can't get there, but in this very moment, there's steps that we can take to jump up and raise our vibration on the radio dial. We're going to get closer to where I can start hearing some static. I start having some hope. I start feeling faith. I can turn this around. Okay. So if you're feeling like I'm trying it, but it ain't working, and that causes frustration, pause, center, love on yourself. Let's go back to my mantra. You're doing the best you can with what you have and where you're at. And even down, he shared an example. He even shared how in the female egg that, let me back up for a minute. He was talking about this idea of shifting energy from I cannot to I can is shifting polar energy, poles, two poles from positive to negative, right? And so he gave the example of the female egg that it vibrates in the beginning before it is penetrated by the sperm cell. It's vibrating in essence, and its pole is one of on the outside. So it's literally pulsing to attract what it wants. Now, eventually the right perfect sperm cell comes in, and as it enters into the female cell, the female cell now changes its polarity, its charge. It's saying basically, I no longer need to attract it. I have what I need. And then it shifts. And that's why it repels the others away at that point. It's magnetism. It goes into the law of attraction that we were talking about. But we have to be vibrating, okay? In other words, I want to magnetize and attract what I want, not what I don't want. Now that shows up, remember, not just in thought. I want to heal. I feel pain-free. I have true abundance in all of life and so on. But if we negate the vibration from here down, then we're not attracting what we want. So that's the first thing that we do is we get in alignment with what we want. We may not have any idea how it's going to show up. Great. Trust the process. There is something new in each of us that is waiting to show itself, waiting to reveal. And we're waiting, if we're in the right perception, we'll be in the right receptive mode and be able to attract what we want. I'm watching the time here and I'm making sure that I covered the main points. So this idea of flipping from a trauma-filled life to being a trauma-informed life, it's okay to know what happened. We're not spiritually bypassing and saying, oh, everything's great when we're just in constant pain. And we don't have to do this alone. You have a spiritual community. You have spiritual coaches here or practitioners. Okay, you have myself. You have friends. There's a million things on the internet that could align with you. Okay, so as we heal ourselves and take that journey, we're also healing the whole. And the way Emma Curtis Hopkins looks at it, she always said that there is never a sick person coming before me to be healed, only a whole person coming to be recognized. So it is us. We have the filters that say to ourselves, we're lacking. We don't have this. In other sense, yes, we have to be responsible. In essence, we in some way are part of the whole, because look, we're in part of this global collective consciousness. So now the way we do anything about what other people are thinking, feeling, is to simply be aware of what we're thinking and feeling. Okay. Breathe. Yes. So our practice is simply, one of our easiest practices is stating affirmations. We do this at the end of every service. I'm going to provide one now. And so let us take this from just words and knowingness to within us. Let's feast on this at a soul level. Okay. And then practice this, put it into our lives wherever it feels like it shows up. So the words are, I see love with a capital L everywhere. I let love in. I become love and reveal love as who and what I am. And I believe, again, that is what Emma Curtis Hopkins was saying. We're already that which we seek, but we're going through this experience where we've set up parameters. It's kind of like blinders, but we're always that diamond, aren't we? That Donnie sang about. Okay. And again, thank you, Donnie, for sharing your videos with us and allowing Alan to have a week off. So let's just put this into prayer. And what I know to be true in this moment, that which is all, source God, fill in the word that makes you feel amazing, that unconditional love is present, is who and what all life is. Whether we recognize it as a being life, as an animal with what we would call consciousness, we recognize consciousness is everything. Consciousness is vibrating in this desk, in this light, in the things. They are not dead. They are active and alive with spirit. And so all things right now are in harmony. I call and know the harmony within myself that is unified, that is one with God and spirit. And I know that if it's true for me, that it is true for you. That you are not outside of God, that you are not broken, that you are not limited in any way, shape, or form. And that your perception is one of receiving and re-recognizing and uncovering the actual truth, that you are the divine. You, right now, that there is nothing we have to do except be our true selves. I declare that as we go within and we discover the thorns of trauma within our own selves, that it is with ease and grace that we are able to look at them with love and truly heal ourselves, to recognize our perfection. No matter who and what or where this is happening, we offer our forgiveness to ourselves. We offer forgiveness of those who may have given us harm and caused the trauma. Okay? Again, it may be difficult, but we hold that everyone is doing their best and highest good. I hold that only love is being expressed, and that until I can bridge my I cannot to I can, I allow myself to use the word yet. Then I cannot yet. But I hold myself open that there is a way, there is a path to the healing that we are all seeking, to the freedom that is our innate beingness. I know that this is true and true now and true always. And let us simply agree with this, affirm this by saying, and so it is. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste, Joe. Emma Curtis Thompson is wonderful. I took the opportunity at our in-person service last Sunday to sit down with a practitioner who prayed with me and reminded me of a realization of who I am that I had forgotten. So powerful stuff.
It's so easy. I mean, we are inundated with information 24/7, and it's very easy to think our power is out there.
Yeah.
So, yes. And I'm very happy that you did that. And now that you're a role model to allow others. And I want to say thank you to the others. We did have several people see our spiritual coaches to remind them just that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we've got some announcements as we always do. We'll bring them up on screen so that I can read them. Our next in-person service will be on September the 8th. We ask that you join us. It's always such a wonderful, wonderful experience to have fellowship together and to meet as a community. Switchpoint kitchen help email. You can go and look at the email, and you can look in the newsletter and on our website. They need help in several different areas. A lot of us are doing this and so looking forward to it. So check it out. I think it will be a lot of fun to be of service. Join us today on our Zoom conversation at noon, as we always do, in encouraging more enriching conversation of our message from Rev Joe. Abundant prosperity. There are many ways as we help you that you help us as a community. You can give by Zelle, which is a bank-to-bank transfer system. The instructions are in the newsletter. You can give online to PayPal link. There's a QR code, or even send a check by mail. Any way you give, we are so grateful for your loving support. So we have an exciting news. If you weren't there and you didn't hear because we had audio difficulties, we have a new staff minister. Beginning, her name is Reverend Rachel Dilling. I met her last week. She's a delight. And I think in October, we have some exciting news about maybe meeting twice a month in person. And then the following September, Rising Pieces into Peace, we'll have our own Reverend Joe back. So now Marina is going to pop us all up so that we can read our closing affirmation together. Here we are, a small little group. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind, life is in my body, life is in all that I do. I am it, I embrace it, and I share it.
Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is becoming.
Thank you.
Thank you, live. Woohoo!
Join us. We're going to do a meditative healing. So,
all right. Sounds good.
a better way to say it. So hopefully,
Happy Sunday, everyone.
Thank you.